Welcome back. So, as I mentioned before, the relationship conversation is one of the most powerful tools in all of the Simply Music training. And the reason I believe that is that it gives you a way to talk about the reality of learning to play the piano. Meaning, if you want to stick with it long enough to be able to actually enjoy playing and be able to progress independently, then you've got to stick with it for some time. So Neil has put together a conversation that we can actually have with parents and students, where we have specific phrases that can be learned and applied to any area of life, really. So in the downloads here, I have broken down the relationship conversation into the three main sections to help you organize all of this conversation in your head. And those three main sections are, first, the two arenas of learning piano, and those are the method and then the relationship. We've got the method and life coach. That's the next big section where you distinguish between your role and the parent's role. And then we have the 6 components of the long-term relationship: the quality and the quantity components, peaks, plateaus, and valleys lasting short, medium, or long periods of time. Getting comfortable delivering this conversation, it might take some time. You might find that it evolves naturally as you go in your own natural words and tone and style. But I guarantee that if you keep this conversation part of your lessons, it will have a profound impact on your students and on yourself and on your success in your business. And when I say keeping it a consistent part of your lessons, I don't necessarily mean having that entire conversation on a regular basis. I do revisit it, the entire conversation, periodically. But what I mean by keeping it going is pulling out that relationship graph and just asking, hey, where's everyone at today? How are you feeling about piano lessons? And, somebody's in a valley, or no matter where they are, really reminding them that, remember that this is temporary. And if you're loving it right now, remember why you love it and try to remember that feeling so that you can draw on that once you get to a valley. Another way that you might keep it alive is you may just occasionally want to drill your students and say, hey, who remembers the 6 components of every long-term relationship? You could drill the parents too, because it's really important for them to understand. And at some point, I can just about guarantee that you'll have a natural opportunity to bring up one or more of the sections of this conversation. For example, if a student isn't practicing like they had agreed to, that might be an opportunity to talk about the method and life coach. Turn to the coach, the parent, the life coach, and say, are you protecting his practice time like we agreed? Later on in this coaching course, I'm going to give you some further resources that you can use in the classroom with regard to this conversation. I just don't want to overwhelm you with it now. I want you just to have this overview of what the particulars of the conversation are, and then I'm going to introduce a resource that I think you'll find really, really helpful when it comes to actually delivering the conversation in your classes. All right, now you can go back to the ITTP and complete the business support section. This is about the introductory session, and this is a really important marketing tool that we have that helps us to educate people about what it is that we do before they enroll in lessons, so they know exactly the wonderful opportunity that they have and if they feel like it's right for them. So come back here to the next lesson after you watch that, and we'll see you soon.